Okay, it looks like I am live. Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening. My name is Pammy G, and I'm coming to you live on Pammy G Motivations page. It's so good to be here this year. This is our first session, and we are starting on a high note. We are equipping people this year to get the better of themselves, to be the best in what they do. Because I believe what we're talking about today will inspire you. I believe what we're talking about today will get you to be a better person, whether it's in business, whether it's in, it's in your life personally, because today we're talking about personal branding. I've got Uchi Dike, who's the personal branding expert. We had him last year as well. And he kind of touched up on, discovering your purpose, commitment, committing to knowing who you are, all those things. I did share the video earlier yesterday for people to just catch up on what we're talking about. So I'm so excited this evening. I'm so excited, and it's so good to see you guys. I see Musa is watching. Hi, Musa. And, it's so good to hear from you guys. I'm so happy. And I'm just going to first share before T comes on. I just need to share this because I believe people need to really get hold of this. And I'm hoping that it can help them as much as personal branding helped me. So I'm going to share this on my wall quickly. Okay. Guys, please, I see Musa is already busy tagging people and sharing. So I'd like to ask you to please share and tag your friends. This is so important for everybody. If you know that you're not exactly where you want to be currently, you've got dreams, you've got targets, you've got a career that it still needs to be developed, or you have a career but you're not doing the best in your best ability. So personal branding will enhance wherever you are now. Personal branding will enhance your position. So I'm just going to welcome T now so that he can begin, because this is an information session. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a conversation with me. You're going to be seeing him most of the time. So I'm just going to call him now to join me. T. Hi, T. T, are you there?
Hi, Pam.
Hi, T. How are you?
I think so.
You think so? What, T? Are you good?
Am I here?
Can you hear me?
Okay, I'm not sure if I can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not sure if I'm having a bad internet connection. How are we now? Are we good?
We're not moving. Yeah, you're okay now. You were not moving, and I saw that, and I was like, I can hear you talking, but your face is not moving. But now it's fine.
All right, because I just received a notification now that says my internet connection is not stable.
Okay.
But I think it's fine now.
Okay. Can I just, before you go on with, this information session, can I just ask you now to tell everybody who you are? The guru of personal branding must introduce himself now today.
Wow.
Yes. I caught you off guard there.
You did. I haven't introduced myself in a very long time.
Mm.
I get introduced these days.
You get introduced these days. Yeah. Okay. You know why I'm doing this? You know why I'm allowing you to introduce yourself? It's because I want to learn how you introduce yourself so that I can learn how to introduce myself. And I want other people to learn how they can introduce themselves as well. T? Oh, the connection.
Great. I see that I'm still having a challenge.
Father, we pray for this connection in Jesus' name. Let it function while we are busy doing it. I can hear you though. I'm so excited.
Let me do this, Pam.
Huh?
Let me find a backup. Can you just give me a minute?
Okay.
Yeah, let me sort something out with my internet. Let me find a backup.
No problem. In the meantime, I'm just gonna acknowledge everybody who's watching.
Okay, I'll switch off my video.
Yes, okay. I'm so happy you guys have joined us. You know, it's our first session this year. I'm so happy and so appreciative of you guys joining us. I see Uhlanga Lobomoy Zonke is watching. Thank you for watching, Hlanga. And I'm hoping you're going to learn something that will inspire you, something that will, you know, push you to do better for yourself, because this is what it's all about. It's about being inspired and giving you a drive to push yourself to go forward to your next level of life. Yeah, that's what this is about. I'd like to also acknowledge Sis Jira no Kilana Mketu. Welcome, you guys. Musa, welcome. Thank you so much for tagging everybody. Yamkela Yaminkomo, thank you so much. Good to see you guys. Good to see that you are here. Andy Suanokila Anagwana, we acknowledge you. Thank you for joining us this evening. I think if you guys are going to have any kind of questions, I'm going to allow them at the end of the session. So, yeah, we'll just, because I think I might also have questions when T is done with his information, because he's the one that's going to be talking a lot today. He's the facilitator of this information session. So we are going to all be learning, including myself. Yeah, he's going to empty himself out on us. Everything he has researched, everything, you know, those sleepless nights he's had, we are going to be taking this as Tina in an hour and learn all of it. So I'm so excited about that and appreciate that too. Anyway, so I wanted to acknowledge, okay, who else is here? Okay, I think everybody that I've acknowledged is watching is here now. Okay. Is there any more people, T, that are gonna join us from Zoom, directly from Zoom?
I did have a couple of people who excused themselves because of some commitment. So I think we're good. We can carry on now.
We can carry on.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm just quickly before we carry on, I just need to also share this on my wall now because I shared it in a group and I just need to share this on my wall. Perfect. That's done. T, I'm not gonna waste any more time here. I'm not gonna waste any more time. I just give over to you to just give us personal branding. The big 5 secrets of personal branding. So I'll give over to you now to just share the screen and start teaching us. I'm ready with my pen and pencil. Sorry, a pen, yeah, and a book. So I will be jotting down everything. Yes. Great I must say before you start, I was listening to the session that we had last year.
Yes.
And, you know, amazingly, it spoke again to me. It was like I was hearing it for the first time. But,
Wow.
you know, when you've heard something before, but you feel like, oh, I did not hear this part. So I feel like in personal branding, we have to keep hearing it and hearing it and hearing it, because the first time you hear it, you think you got it. But the
Yep.
second time you hear it, you hear something else. It's unbelievable. So, yeah.
It's not a once-off
It's
event.
not a once-off thing, no.
It's a continuation.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give over to you now to start. Over to you, T. There seems to be a connection problem, guys.
I can hear you.
Okay.
It's just that.
You can, yeah, for me, I can hear you speak, but your face is not moving. So clearly there's a network, something that's going on there. Yes, Musamda said he's stuck again. He's trying to sort out the connection. I'm not sure what's going on with his connection today. Yeah, but I'm guessing if there's load shedding somewhere, sometimes it happens where, you know, the network is slow or stuff like that. But we can just talk for now whilst he's trying to sort out his network. I think he's coming back though now. Yeah. Okay, guys. So anyway, whilst he's busy doing that, I just want to share something about personal branding.
Hi, Pam.
Hi, T. Okay, I can't see you. I just see a blue screen.
Can you hear me?
Yes, T.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the network today is giving us problems. Can you hear me, T? Okay. As I was saying, guys, I was saying that you know, when I met him years ago, I was sort of I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do with my life, and I was doing some things. But you know, when I met him, he said some things to me. Well, because I was his client, and he, you know, he showed me a part that I didn't even think of. It's almost like he was prophesying to me. That's how weird it was, because when you know you desire something in your mind, but you can't pinpoint what it is. You desire to do this, but where you don't know how you're gonna do it. And then someone comes. I usually say people like that are assigned by God just to get to give you that little push. Your helpers. So he came and he just gave me that little push with the knowledge that he had, and I began to, you know, to pursue my own dream, which if I were to tell you how many years ago, 4 years ago, I also didn't believe in them. I also thought my dreams are too big and crazy. Now I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to pursue it. It might take a bit of time, but I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to go after what I want. So I have been so blessed to know Uti, because even when I don't, when I'm confused or I'm stuck somewhere, I can always just call him. He's a phone call away, and he's always willing to help me. So with guidance and in everything, because he knows how much I appreciate personal branding. So yeah, I'm very, very appreciative of this guy. T, are you ready now for us?
Yeah, I've sorted everything out.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm gonna give over to you now. Let's just see. Guys, please say hi. I see Umusa, I see Ushanga, I see Ujira. Please say hi so we can acknowledge you before we start, because we're about to start now. I would love to just, see all these people that are watching. And just to acknowledge them. Just say hi or whatever, because we see you watching.
Maybe we should start before.
Yes?
Maybe we should start before something that I don't know happens.
Okay. Okay.
Because this internet thing is not loyal.
I see that. Okay. Okay. No problem. Okay, I just see Renice. Hi, Renice Winkle and Mariana. Hi, guys. It's nice that you're here. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to give over to T now to start. And any questions you guys may have, you may ask at the end of this information session. Yeah, we are just here to learn. I've got my pen and paper here ready. I'm ready to write everything that he's going to share with us today. Over to you, T.
Thank you so much, Pam. It's really an honor for me to be part of your session again. And greetings to everybody. Thank you for joining us. As Pam has said, I'm T. Dike. I'm a personal branding coach, expert, and strategist. And I help people to build their personal brands and become who they are destined to be in this life, and help them reach their goal, and to actually be themselves and be authentic to themselves and to their real selves. And so that's what I do basically. I'm an author, I'm a public speaker, I'm a mentor, I'm a coach, I'm a business coach, I'm a television personality, I'm a radio personality, I'm a podcaster. I don't want to mention all my slashes because it's slash this and slash this and slash that. But basically, I am passionate about personal branding because it has changed my life. It has opened numerous opportunities for me. It has connected me to great people, and I've seen it changing the lives of my clients, the lives of my students. And so that's exactly what I want to share with you today. So I'm going to share my screen and then we begin with this session. Is that okay?
That's perfect, T. I'm going to remove my video now so that you can do your thing.
Okay, great stuff. Thank you, Pam. All right. So I've titled today's session Big Five, the Big Five Secrets of Personal Branding, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. The Big Five Secrets of Personal Branding. I'm calling them the Big Five Secrets is because with everything that I've learned regarding personal branding, these five stand out for me. They stood out for me. And that's what I want to share with you because I want you to grab them. I want you to apply them in your life because I know if you grab them and apply them in your life, they will change your life and they will assist you in fulfilling your dreams. Okay, something is not happening here the way I want it to happen. That is bad. Something is not happening here. So just give me A second. Let me get my screen to work. All right, there we go. There we go. So that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. I want you to have your pen and your paper ready. I want you to take great notes because I don't want you to wake up tomorrow morning and ask, how do I get branded again? Because I'm going to give it to you right now. Are you ready? Unfortunately, I can't see your responses, so I'll take it as you are ready. All right. So I want to start with the bad news because usually when I begin my sessions or when I start my presentations, I always give a nice motivational talk just to hype up the audience and all that. But I want to start with the bad news. I want to start with the bad news. And the bad news is nobody knows you. That's the bad news. Nobody knows you. And that is a problem. And that is the problem that we must change today. Nobody knows you. And that's the bad news. It's not supposed to be like that. So, your biggest problem is obscurity. Your biggest problem is not that you don't have clients. Your biggest problem is not that you're not making money. Your biggest problem is not the COVID-19 pandemic and the fact that people are losing jobs and maybe you've lost yours as well, or your business is not doing so well. That's not your biggest problem. That can be sought out any minute. Your biggest problem is that nobody knows you. Nobody knows what you do. Nobody knows about your services. Nobody knows you. That is a problem. So what you need is a transformational change. You've tried and you've tried to sort out your problem, and I'm here to tell you that you need a transformational change. And when I started to build my brand, that's when I experienced what we call a transformational change. My life was transformed. And that's exactly what I want to do. I want to help you move from being unknown. That's a transformational change that I want you to have. And that's a transformational change I am offering you today to move you from being unknown, to move you from the problem of being unknown. Do you remember this? I don't know you. I don't know who you are. But if you tell me, have you ever been to Spur and your friends just um, tells one of the waitresses that it's your birthday and you see these people coming to sing for you. Um, so so what I want to help you is to I want to help you move from being unknown to being well known. That's the transformational change I'm promising you after this presentation. That's the transformational change I am bringing to you, moving from being unknown to being well known, so that you can also one day say it like this: Do you know who I am? To pull the "Do you know who I am" card. Okay, only in desperate situations. Don't do this. Only in desperate situations can you pull out the "You know who I am" card. Okay? Not every day, but only in desperate situations. I want to move you to that place and be like me. Sometimes I pull out the "Do you know who I am" card. Not every time. Sometimes when it's desperate situations. So here's the problem. If you an unknown, it means you are not different. You are the same as everybody else. You are the same as your competitors. You are the same with everybody else who's doing what you are doing. If you are unknown, that means you are not different. You're just like the next person. You're just like the person next to you. You are the same as the person who is trying to achieve what you are trying to achieve. If you are unknown, that means you are swimming in the sea of sameness with everybody. And so there is nothing about you that stands out. There is nothing that makes you special because you are just like the rest of everybody. So you are like an undistinguished nail in a beam. That's it. If you are not different, if you were to walk into a hardware store and ask the merchant or the sales person, and you tell them that you're looking for a 5-inch nail, nail. You're looking for a 5-inch nail, and you ask them, can you get them? And they will say to you, well, it's your lucky day. They are all in the bin. And if you were to ask him, okay, so which one should I pick? I'm looking for a 5-inch nail. He'll probably say to you, well, they are all the same. You can pick anyone. And that's exactly what happens to you when you are unknown, when you are not different. Pick me, pick anybody. It does not matter because I am the same with everybody else. That's how you are when you are not different. Whether I pick you or I pick the next person, it doesn't matter because you are the same. You need to move from that level of your life because that is your biggest problem. All right, you need to be branded, and you need to be branded by T. As Pam has given the introduction, just a brief introduction of what I do, and that is my company, Branded by T. That's the work that I do. But besides that, you need to be branded. For you to move from being unknown to being well known, you need to be branded. For you to be different, you need to be branded. That's what you need in your life. You need to be branded. Why? I'm sorry for putting that picture. I know that he's still going through impeachment and all that. I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody. But why? Why should you be branded? You're probably asking yourself, why should you be branded? It's time for you to get branded. Here's the reason why. If you are not branded, every time, excuse that every, it's supposed to be every time you tell someone what you do, you are unknowingly shouting, I'm just, that's what you're doing.
Yo.
If you are unknown and you're telling someone what you're doing, what you are unknowingly shouting, I'm just. In other words, if you are a doctor and you're telling me that you're a doctor, what you're saying to me, I'm just a doctor. If you are an estate agent and you're telling me that you are saying, I'm just an estate agent, you are the same as everybody else. There is nothing special about you. There's nothing about you that makes you stand out. The reason is because you are not branded. You're just a doctor. Otherwise, there is no brand that pushes what you do and what you are and who you are and what you are. You need to be branded. You are a brand, yes, but you need to be branded. And for most people, the reason why they're not branded is because they don't know that they are brands themselves. So here's the thing, you need to aim high. You need to aim high. You need to aim high, and it's time to aim high. When you focus on branding yourself or building your personal brand, that is aiming high. So you need to aim high, and that's what we're gonna get into right now. Are you ready, guys? All right,
We
I
are
can't see
so
the,
ready. We're
so
very
maybe you
ready.
can, for those of you who are also watching on YouTube, you can just let Pam see the hearts and the thumbs if you are still following. And Pam, how is everything going so far?
Everything's going fine. We've got a couple of people that joined us.
All right.
Unosi speech Tim Kulu. Okay, and we've got Unomonde Nganga. These are business people, T,
All right.
and they're here to brand themselves.
Thank you. Welcome.
Okay, and then
Welcome,
we
guys.
got
Thank you for
we
joining us.
got Ubadela, AU Badela.
All right. Yeah.
We got Unelisa Nelly Makinana. Unosi speech Mkhulu, I think I'm sending Bizile. Yeah, so we've got those people here. Thank you
Awesome.
guys. Thank you for
So much.
watching. I know you're gonna get something out of this. T, I'm gonna give it back over to you to continue, and I'm gonna switch off my video.
All right. Thank you. All right. Let's carry on. So that's the topic we're dealing with, the big five secrets of personal branding. Number one. I'm gonna give you number one. Are you ready for number one? So
Yes.
hopefully you're writing down. So I'm gonna give you the first one. I'm gonna give you number one. Number one, it is authenticity. Authenticity. Being authentic. That's number one. When we talk about the big five secrets of personal branding, we are talking about authenticity, being authentic, authenticity, being authentic, be real, be you. So here's what another thing that I want to mention about being authentic is that we focus so much on doing. We want to do, and that is the approach also that we've been taught when it comes to building our businesses. We want to do, we want to sell, we want to get clients, we want to work, we want to hustle. All of that is about doing, and we forget the principle, the first principle of life, of business, of building a brand is being. It is to be. Because you are first a human being before you are a human doing. You must not forget that. The reason why we are not authentic, the reason why we are not real is because our focus is on doing. We want to do and we leave being behind and we become fake. We become people now who are imitating other people. We become copycats. You're copying what the other person is doing because you are not in tune with yourself, and as a result you don't know what you have, you don't know what you possess, you don't know your capabilities because you are so focused on doing, and you forget that you are a human being first before you do. You need to be real, you need to be yourself. That is what authenticity is all about. I'm sorry. Authenticity ubalekile. But that is what it's all about, to be authentic, to be authentic. What's going on with my, let me have some water from Woolworths.
It's hot tea. It's hot. Trust me. I had I don't know. I also couldn't speak earlier on. It's the heat. It's too
It's
hot
the heat.
today.
It's the heat.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. We're gonna move on. So be
Okay.
authentic, authenticity, be authentic, be yourself, be real. Personal branding, that's what it does. It brings you to a place where you will discover who you are so that you are real, so that you are yourself. You need to be yourself. Gone are the days now where now you have to put on a certain front, a certain business front, and look like a business person in order for you to attract a certain type of clientele. People want to deal with you at a point of being yourself, at the point of your realness. You need to be yourself. Faking it until you make it is not gonna crack it. Do you remember that notion that fake it until you make it? It's not gonna crack it these days. Nowadays, it doesn't crack it. You can't fake it until you make it. You need to be real. You need to be yourself. I'm gonna give you four components of authenticity. I'm gonna give you four components of authenticity. Number one, it's identity, who you are. You are not everyone. That's the first thing that we need to deal with when it comes to authenticity. Your identity. You need to know who you are. You need to discover who you are. And some of you, I know that you have discovered who you are. You're probably saying, I know who I am. But here's the thing, as you grow up, as you develop, as you learn new things, you might think that you are still in tune with yourself. Gandhi, you left yourself way back a long time ago. You no longer know where you are and what you are capable of doing now, what you've learned. That's why personal branding brings you to this place of authenticity, so that you always check yourself, so that you always update your drives, update yourself, and make sure that you are always in tune with your true identity. So if you need to rediscover yourself, then do that. And some of us, the pandemic offered that opportunity for us. We had to rediscover ourselves. We had to go back to the drawing board, and we had to go deep within us and rediscover ourselves and discover things about us that we didn't know existed. Because some of us lost businesses. Some of us, our businesses went down. We had to close doors. Some of us, there were no longer bookings that were coming in. Some of us lost jobs. And it forced us to go back to the drawing board. It forced us to go back to search within us what it is that I have to offer. That is personal branding. It brings you to the place of authenticity. And authenticity brings you to a place of self introspection and of discovering yourself or rediscovering yourself. Number two, from the four components of authenticity, it is self awareness, how you perceive yourself. Because you need to understand this, you are not who they say you are. Most people live their lives under the shadow of what's being said about them, of what's being perceived of them. And they take what people have concluded about them and they wear it and they make it to be their identity.
Yo.
You need to be self-aware. You need to know who you are. You need to be aware of yourself to the core. You need to be aware of who you are. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your threats? What are your opportunities? You know, the I forgot what they call it. You need to be self-aware. You need to know what makes you angry, what makes you happy, what ticks you off. You need to be aware of such things so that you know which environment are good for you, so that you know which company is good or bad for you. But if you're not self-aware, you're just moving with the flow. You just want to associate with everybody. You want to try everything.
Mm.
You don't know what works for you because you are not self-aware. Personal branding brings you to that place whereby once you've discovered your identity, you become self-aware. It is very important. Number three, purpose. What you are for. That's another component of authenticity. You are not for everything. You need to discover your purpose. And it's so easy to discover your purpose when you have discovered your identity and when you are self aware. It becomes easy to discover your purpose because your purpose fits into exactly the person that you are. Your purpose will never mislead you. Your purpose will never make you do something that you are not capable of doing. Your
Mm.
purpose will never demand of you what you don't have.
Mm.
Purpose will never mislead you. So once you've discovered your identity, purpose, it becomes easy to discover it because it becomes a puzzle that links in to the person that you are, so that whatever it is that you're doing, you it's not forced. You're not forcing yourself. I'm not forcing myself to speak. It's my purpose. This is what I love doing. I'm not forcing myself to talk about personal branding or to share about personal branding. It's within my purpose. I'm just flowing. I'm not lost because I know who I am. I've discovered my identity. So that's the third component of being authentic or of authenticity. The last one is your target audience, who you are for. You're not for everyone. Stop trying to reach everyone. Stop trying to be liked by everyone. Stop trying to be heard by everyone. Not everybody's going to hear you. Not everybody's going to understand you. You're not for everyone. You have your tribe. You have your community. You have your people. My people doesn't end in commenting on Facebook. When you see a couple posting their picture and you comment there and say my people, abantu bam, it doesn't end there. Ingenzeka naba, it's not even your people. These people that you keep claiming bang abantu bakho. I'm sorry, I just had to say that. Your people. Find your people. Find the people who can relate to your story, who can relate to your message. People who hear you, people who don't struggle to hear you, people who can just connect with you. Those are your people. Those are the people that you are meant to reach out to. Those are the people that will support your business. They will support your what you're doing, your endeavors. They will support your cause. They will support whatever it is that you're doing. They will be with you when everybody is against you and not supporting you. Your target audience will be there. They will be there. They will defend you. They will be your brand ambassadors. Even when you're not saying anything about yourself, they will speak for you. They will speak on your behalf. That's your target. Or that is a component of authenticity. Finding who you are meant to impact with your story, with your message, with your gift, with your talent, and the person that whom destiny will bring to you. Okay, let me not go to another topic of destiny. So those are the four components of authenticity. I'm going to give you number two. The big five secrets of personal branding. Secret number two, it is branding. Secret number two is branding. You can write that down. Branding, branding. That is secret number two. So what is branding? Probably asking that question. What is branding? Well, they can we cannot limit it to a single definition. Um, you want to say something, Pam?
No, sorry, I clicked by mistake. I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay, all right. So we can't limit it. We can't limit it to a single definition. Because things mean different things to different people. It's a broad subject, but I'll give you two. Just for the purpose of this presentation, I'm going to give you two. I'm going to give you two. So are you ready? Are you ready for that? So let me see. Okay, I won't see them, but Pam is going to see them. The hearts, the thumbs, the likes, whatever. Just communicate with us.
Yes.
Are they there?
Yes, yes, yes. People are talking. It's busy in these streets too.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
get
people
to
are
read, I'll get to
talking.
read later. I'll get to read later.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so
Well,
I'll get,
do you want me to share some now?
um let me move, let me flow.
Okay,
I'll let you know.
okay.
Is that okay?
Yes, yes, that's fine.
Okay, all right. Okay, so let me give you two. Okay, so the first one is number one, branding is answering the who are you question. Branding is answering the who are you question. That's branding. Answering the who are you question. Who are you? Can you answer this question?
Mm.
Who are you? And I know it sounds like, or it seems like an easy question to answer until you are in a situation where you have to answer the question.
Mm.
So who are you? Branding is answering. If you can answer this question, you've branded yourself. If you can answer the who are you question, you've branded yourself. So branding is answering the who are you question. That is number one. Let me give you the second one. Number two, branding is making yourself known. I'm going to wait for you to write that down. Branding is making yourself known. So what should you do if you are unknown? Remember, we're moving you now from being unknown to being well known. So what should you do to move from being unknown to being well known? And I said you need to be branded. You need to brand yourself, or you need to be branded. So what is branding? It is making yourself known. So what do you do when you are unknown? You make yourself known. When people don't know you, you make yourself known. You take that power. But it does not end there. There's more. It is making yourself known for what you want to be known for. This is very important. Branding is not just making yourself known, but it is making yourself known for what you want to be known for. That is branding. What do you want to be known for? The people who know you, do they know you for what you want to be known for? If your answer is no, then you're not branded. What do you want to be known for? Branding is making yourself known for what you want to be known for. All right, let me give you a bonus. I know I said I'm going to give you two. So let me give you a bonus. I'm going to give you, this is an extra one now. This is an extra one, okay? Okay, so what is a brand? Here's an extra one. What is a brand? So we just answered what branding is. So what is a brand? So a brand is a person's perception of a product or a company. So people create perception based on experience. Um, I hope I hope I'm not covering the. Okay, so I just moved my. All right, so um, so a brand is a person's perception of a product or a company, and people create a perception based on experience. Those experiences are created by you, your value system, your skills, your image, your body language, and the delivery of your promises. That is a brand. It's a person's perception of a product or a company. It is based on the experience. What experiences are you giving people?
Yo.
What experiences are you giving your clients? When people come to buy from you or they come to use your service, what experience are you giving them? What do they leave with? Do they leave with a sour taste in their mouth? Or do they leave with a happy face? That experience forms the perception that they will have of you, and that will be your brand. What do you mean it's going to be your brand? Because anybody who asks about you or asks about your services, that is exactly what they're going to share with them. They're going to
Yeah.
share the experience that you gave them, and that becomes your brand. So that is a brand. All right. So it qualifies the statement that Jeff Bezos said, the CEO of Amazon. He said, a brand is what people say about you when you are not in the room. Simple as that. All right. So let's go to number three. The third secret of personal branding. It's communication. Communication. Give you a moment to quickly write that down. It's communication. All right.
T, can I say something?
Yes, Pam.
What you've just said about the perception, now that becomes your brand because of how people perceive you based on their experience and based on your service. The way I would love if politicians were to be taught this. I
Oh,
really would. We should arrange something.
we will.
Yeah.
We will. All right. So we are on number three, communication. So here's a statement that blew my mind. Something that was said by George Bernard Shaw. He said the single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. It's not the lack of it. It's not the lack of communication that is a problem. The biggest problem of communication is the illusion that it has taken place. Is for you to live life thinking that people know you. Because I'm sure when I said to you that I'm going to start with the bad news, nobody knows you. At the back of your mind, you said, now people know me. That's the biggest problem of communication, is the illusion that it has taken place. You think people know you. Like I said, if they don't know you for what you want to be known for, you're not branded. Or you have not communicated your brand in a way that you're supposed to communicate it. So you're living in an illusion that you have communicated, and you have not. It has not taken place. So communication forms a big part of personal branding. You need to communicate your brand. All right. So the most important branding development in the age of digital media, and that's the age we're living in right now, is the power to express your ideas and publish them at will. And people are not taking advantage of this great platform. It is to be able to express your ideas. And that's exactly what we're doing now. We are able to go live. We are able to have Zoom meetings and communicate. As I'm doing this session now, and as Pam is hosting this session, she's communicating her brand. I'm communicating my brand. Guess what? Some of you didn't know me. Now you know me.
Yeah.
Why? Because I communicate. I'm communicating my brand. I write my thoughts down. I put together presentations such as these because every day I'm always thinking of communicate. You can never communicate your brand enough. You can never say, I've communicated enough now. I, I'm, people must know me. You know, that's an illusion. That's the biggest problem of communication is the illusion that it has taken place. So you need to communicate your brand every day. You need to do something to communicate your brand every day. And that is the age we're living in. You are on social media. What are you doing on social media?
Mm.
You have an email. What are you doing? You have an internet. What are you doing with that internet? What are you doing to make sure that today more people know about you, more people know about your business than they were yesterday? What are you doing every day to make sure that your brand reaches greater heights, your brand reaches places that you were not in yesterday? What are you doing on a daily basis to ensure that you are communicating your your brand and you're putting your voice out there? What are you doing on a daily basis to make sure that you share your opinions, you share your point of view to communicate? It is important for your personal brand. So let me also mention that a brand is more than a logo. It is more than a tagline. Your logo and a tagline, yes, they are important, they are necessary to reinforce your brand, but they are not your brand. They are there to reinforce your brand, they represent your brand. Your brand is the sum of all that you do, which is reflected in your corporate culture, the way you communicate, the relationships that you build, and the promises you make to your audience. That is your brand. It's a package. Your brand is a package. It's a sum total of what something else that I should have mentioned is that it's a sum total of who you are and what you do, because who you are should link with what you do. That forms your brand. Who you are should link with what you do. That becomes a package. It forms your brand. And that's what you should communicate. That's what you should present in your little sessions, wherever you are. You should always be your brand ambassador. You should represent yourself. You should always communicate your brand. Be ready all the time to talk about what you do, what you offer, and what people can get from you. You must always be ready. Communicate your brand. Don't be ashamed. Don't hide behind false humility that no, I don't want to seem like I'm always boasting about myself. You're not boasting, you're branding yourself. There's a difference. Brand yourself. Branding and boasting are two totally different things. Communicate what you do, communicate what you are about, your value system, what you stand for. Those should always be things that you are communicating to the masses and to your audience. All right, so let me give you four forms of communication. Four forms of communication. Some of you might know them from school if you did communication, be it as a course or a degree or a subject. But I want you to understand them now in a different way, in a different light. What are they pertaining to your brand? So, four forms of communication. Number one, it's intrapersonal communication. And we were taught at school that it is the communication that you have with yourself. It's the conversations you have with yourself. Don't be afraid of this. I grew up in the township, and this was associated with losing your mind. If you're having conversations with yourself, or if you are a person who likes to spend time alone and be by yourself, or or you always walk from school, you're always walking alone. You know, most kids would say, no healing, you've got tikoloshes. It was associated with all the bad things. But this is good for your personal brand because it means that you are spending time with yourself and you are having these conversations with yourself. It involves your thought life. It is important to think. Don't be a person who does not think. You must be a thinker because from your thoughts comes your point of view, comes ideas, comes concepts, and all of that. Those are the elements that you will use to build your brand. Brand building comes from ideas, comes from thoughts, comes from all the conversations you have with yourself. If you don't have those, you don't have tools to build your brand. Because even when I do consultation, when I do branding consultations, I ask the client questions. They must tell me, I must feed from them. I must get the ideas from them. They must tell me what they're thinking of, what they want to do, where they see themselves. Because to when I'm working on a strategy for their branding, I'm not going to use anything new. I'm using what already exists in them. So that is why interpersonal communication is very important. I just want to check, Pam, am I still on? Pam, have you lost me?
Sorry, T, you are still on.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I think I need to check from time to time. Okay,
Okay.
great. So that is interpersonal communication. So number two, interpersonal communication, sharing ideas and thoughts with someone. So probably some of you will know that. So interpersonal is a conversation between two people, and you need that. Pam said that sometimes she comes to me for advice, and it's vice versa. It's important to have such people in your life, people you can ask advice from. Sometimes people you can go to test an idea from your intrapersonal communication. You had a couple of ideas and concepts. Now you need number two, you need that person that you can bounce ideas off, so that they say, yeah, that's a great idea. So that they say, nah, I think you should do this. You need that for your personal brand. So another form of communication is the interpersonal communication, to communicate with the other person and to feed off them and also to impart knowledge on them. Because the more you share with people, is the more you grow as a person as well. Um, okay, we had load shedding, so electricity just came back. All right. So, so that is number two. That is interpersonal communication. Um, could you, Pam? Could you please say something? I need to fix my lighting now because I see there's a shadow behind me. So because electricity just came back, and so my my setup is not in order. I just want to fix something quickly.
See, I didn't hear what you're saying. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, what did you say?
So I'm saying that we had load shedding. So electricity just came back now.
Okay.
So I just want to fix something because I'm not happy with the shadow behind me. So I was saying if you could just say something or welcome people who have just joined
Okay.
us.
Okay, no, fine, no problem.
Thank you. Excuse me.
Okay, so I want to just involve the people that are watching now. I just want to read some comments here. Yeah, no, people are engaging. I can see. Oh no, I see. Speech says, wow, know your caliber, your tribe. Ubadela says spicy much. Okay.
I know what she's referring to.
Okay, so Umusa says, my brand ambassadors. Unosi says, wow, absolutely powerful. Okay, so Umusa says branding, and Uvuyoka Zimzele says Enkosi Mzala. Okay, Unosi says Sikona. This is awesome and mouthful. So they are giving you feedback. Thank you guys for the feedback. It's much appreciated. I know this, the more we do these sessions, these are these sessions. Okay, and then Umusa says branding, answering who you are you question. Okay. And then Uvyoga says, who am I? Yo. Vyogazi, I know when you say yo, I know how you feel, because when I met Uti and he asked me that question, or he gave me a question where I would ask myself, because sometimes it's easier for somebody else to ask you, then you think you know. But when you sit with yourself and you wonder, who am I?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, it's so nerve-wracking. It's so nerve-wracking, but it's the best thing you can do for yourself, to sit with yourself and discover exactly who you are. It may take weeks, it may take months, it might take quite a long time, but step by step you get, one idea gets another idea gives birth to another idea, and you get to discover yourself. Yeah. So are you back, T?
I'm back. Thank you.
You're back. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna read the rest. After you. Oh, guys, if you have questions, you're welcome to put the questions to add the questions on the comment section, and then I will read them for T, and then he can just like engage with you guys. And yeah, I think I'll also have some questions, T, when you're done. So yeah, T, I think you can continue.
All right, so okay, so we are on number 3. So number 3 is small group. Small group, that is your tribe. Remember, I mentioned this. Your target audience, your tribe, your community, your people. You have your tribe, you have your community, you have your people, guys. Abantu bakho. You need to find them. You need to find Abantu bakho. You need those people, because those people hear you. Let me put it this way: you have been assigned for them. As part of your assignment, those are the people that you are supposed to impact with your life, with your message, with your voice, with your gifts, with your talent. You've been assigned to them.
Yeah.
So that's another form of communication. It's a small group communication. I don't want you to feel like I'm preaching, but I'm going to use this example. I always use an example of Jesus. Jesus had a small group. He had 12 disciples. He had his time of preaching to the masses, but most of his time he was with his community, his tribe, his people, which is the 12 disciples. And those are the people, those were Jesus's brand ambassadors.
Yeah.
And they've taken that message, which is the gospel, to the ends of the world until it reached us as well. And now we are Jesus's ambassadors as well.
Mm.
That was strategic. Don't just be spiritual about it. It was a strategy, and it was a branding strategy. There are a lot of branding strategies I find from the Bible. Jesus was a strategist.
Mm.
So he knew that in order for him to reach everybody, he had to have a small group. And then this small group will take the message. One of the most powerful forms of marketing is word of mouth. So where does that word of mouth come from? It comes from the one person that you have impacted. It comes from the
Mm.
one person that you have um, given a good experience. They go and tell another one. That
Mm.
one comes because they want to experience it for themselves. And now they go and tell more people. And now you have more people coming to you to have the same experience. It starts with that community. It starts with that small group. So whether it is on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, wherever, whichever platform that you are using, don't let likes or lack thereof discourage you. It
Mm.
shouldn't be about likes. It shouldn't be about how many people comment. Just communicate to your people. Speak your message. Share your thoughts. Share your ideas. Share your message. All these things of you, because you're not a celebrity. You're not gonna get 5,000 likes and 10,000 comments. You will get there one day. As soon as you are well known, you will get there. But that should not be the priority. The priority should be communicating. You need to communicate. There is a trend now, 18 in, I think it says, umzuzwana omfumanayo. Do whatever it is that you do. Whatever moment you have, whatever chance you have, be happy. Whatever chance you have, this trend is people just somebody will just post a picture of them at a restaurant or at the beach, and they say umzuzwana. Please correct me if I'm making out the pen, but I think it says umzuzwana omncinci omfumanayo. Do something, and I'm gonna use it when it comes to communication as well. Umzuzwana omfumanayo, to communicate something. Use it. Any chance you
Wow.
have to communicate your brand, make use of it. Don't play with it. Make use of it. Okay, let's carry on. So number 4, and I need to move fast now. So number 4, it's the public, it's the mass, it's the masses, it's public communication or mass communication. It's when you are now communicating to the masses. It involves social media, because everybody's on social media. There's a lot of people on social media. It involves newspapers. It could be to write an article for a newspaper or a magazine. You see, guys, nobody is going to build your brand for you. It's your responsibility. If you want to be known, you make yourself known. Write to newspapers and magazines and say you want to write articles for them, or there's something you have a story to share. Don't be afraid to do that. Go to their website, look for the relevant person, find an email, find a number, call them, call a television, find a producer of a TV show, find a producer of a radio show. Tell them, don't be afraid that people are going to say no to you. If they say no, you're going to move on to the next one. Whatever opportunity you can find to communicate your brand, grab it, make use of that opportunity. I'm not talking about things that I don't know. I'm talking about things I did myself. I did it. I wrote for newspapers. I wrote for magazines. I availed myself for interviews. I availed myself to be to be featured on different radio shows, not for money, but to communicate my brand. Those little steps are building toward something massive. They are building towards something massive. So that is the public now. That is mass communication. Find such opportunities. So if it's not newspapers, it could be blogging. Blog. Go to WordPress, open an account, start blogging, start sharing your link on social media, on whichever social media platform, blog or vlog, do videos, record videos of you sharing something. Go live on any social media platform. As long as you've got something to share, then do it. Don't wait for a big opportunity. Don't wait for a TV show or a radio show. Don't wait for that. Whatever resources you have at your disposal, make use of them. So those are the 4 forms of communication in building your brand. Okay, let's move on now to number 4. The 4th secret of personal branding. Number 4 is design. It's design. And I'm not going to talk about logos and all that. It's design. Design, what do I mean by that? What do I mean by design? Let me ask you this question. How do you live your life? Do you live your life by design or by default? You can answer that question.
Hey.
You can write it down, answer that question. I want the answers. And be honest with yourself. This is not an examination. How do you live your life? Do you live your life by design or by default? I will explain what I mean by that. Do you live your life, or even ask yourself that question? Am I living by design or by default? Living by design means living according to a plan that is in order to achieve your purpose in life. That is living by design. Okay? Living by default means you are just following the crowd. It's just letting things happen as you go. That is living by. A lot of people are living by default. I've also lived by default. You know that thing of I will I don't want to try harder. I'll just see what happens. I'll just go with the flow. I'll do what other people are doing. You are chilled, you are relaxed, you're not pursuing anything, you don't have a plan. What's going to happen tomorrow? I'll see it tomorrow. You're just living by default. You're not trying harder to improve your life, to improve the standard of your life. And that's where most people are. And the sad thing about living by default is that nothing changes. You do the same thing over and over again. Your life doesn't change. Your life doesn't change because nothing challenges you. Because there are no people you look up to that you wish you could attain the certain level or the certain level of success that they've attained. There's nothing that pushes you, and there's nothing that is pulling you forward. You are just stagnant. You are just focused on the now. You are not looking forward to anything. But when you live by design, you design your life. One of the things that you design your success so that you can define your success in your own terms, so that your success is not defined by the general perception of what success is. When you're
Wow.
living by design, you design your success. You know what success is to you, not what success is to other people. And once you have that in mind, it takes away all the pressure of people's expectations. That
Mm,
I now, at this age, you were supposed to be at such and such a place, or you were supposed to have achieved this and this and this. You know that pressure of people's expectations. They expect you by now, you were supposed to be this and this. By now,
yeah.
you are supposed to be having this and this and this.
Mm, mm.
When you are living your life by design, you're living according to the plan that you have put in place. And you know you are not panicking. You know when you are going to achieve a certain thing. You know when you are going to be at a certain place. You are flowing in pursuing your dream and in pursuing your purpose because you've got it all figured out. You know what you are doing, you know what you are up to. And so people's expectations don't move you, they don't bother you. It's fine. They can have their own expectations and their perception. It's okay. They are allowed to, but it doesn't bother you. It doesn't move you because you have planned your life. So that is living life by design. That's what I mean when I'm talking about designing your brand. What do you want to be known for? That answer is going to come from you. And you need to put a plan in place. You need to understand what it is that you want to be known for and what it is you're going to do to get there. Should I get a mentor? Okay, let me get a mentor. A mentor is going to help me get me. Should I get a life coach? Okay, let me get a life coach. These are your ideas. You are putting them in place. Should I get a degree in order for me to reach that goal? Okay, let me get a degree. You understand what I'm saying? These are ideas that are coming from you. You are designing your life, you're designing your future, you're designing your brand. You're living your life by design, not by default. That's
Mm.
very important. That's what we talk about when we talk about designing. So the beauty of the beauty of a design is not in what is seen, but it is in what is unseen. I know that you can look at the design and you see that, oh, this is beautiful. Oh, this logo is beautiful. Oh, this flyer is beautiful. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, this interior design is beautiful. The beauty of a design doesn't lie on what you see. It lies on what is unseen. What do I mean by that? Here's what I mean by that. The beauty lies in the thought process applied and in the assortment of raw materials and elements of raw elements that are refined to best display the image of a brand. That's the beauty. It is the beauty is behind the scenes, the thought process, and the assembling of these different elements to bring forth what you see in front of you. And I enjoy that process. Um, Personally, I enjoy it. That's why I love personal branding because I'm going to be part of a process of something great. People will see it. People will see the glory, but I would have seen the story. Everybody wants to see the glory. Nobody wants to see the story. I love the story. I love the story. I love the making of that brand. I love the putting together of those raw elements and to bring out this beautiful thing. And that's exactly where you are, as well as you're building your brand. Sometimes things are not going well, you're struggling, you're not making your profit, um, you get disappointed by a client. Um, those are raw elements. They putting together your brand. They are necessary. They are
Mm.
necessary to bring forth this design that you are working on. Don't be discouraged. Maybe just take this moment and just motivate somebody. Don't be discouraged when things are not going your way. You are in a process. You are putting raw elements together. You are designing something. You're designing something. The beauty of it will show up in due time, in due season. Don't give up. Carry on. That's the beauty of building your brand because you own it. It's yours. You've built it. You've worked on it. And when you
Wow.
present it out to the world, it's this beautiful thing that everybody admires. They don't know the story. They don't know the process. What makes you smile, what makes you laugh, and what makes you cry is because you know the story. You know the struggle. And now when this beauty is out there, it brings you joy. So the sooner you embrace your own value and uniqueness, the easier it will be for you to design your brand and set your own trends. So living life by design will enable you to be a trendsetter and not just follow trends. That's where we want to get you.
T, can you just repeat that one that says the sooner you embrace your own value?
The
Yeah.
sooner you embrace your own value and your uniqueness, the
Uh-huh.
easier it will be for you to design your brand and set your own trends.
Okay.
So you need to embrace your values, your value system, who you are, your uniqueness. Once you embrace those, then you will be able to design your brand. And they all come from self-discovery. They all come from that intrapersonal communication, the communication and all that. It flows together, and you will be able to set your own trend. Don't just be a follower of trends, but now create trends that people will follow. Number five, which is the last one, and then we're done. Number five, evolving. I'm going to close with this one. Evolving. So as you can see, there is something that says have a growth mindset. Evolving. Now, the world as we know it has changed. I think this is obvious for everyone. Things are no longer the same now. It changed even before the pandemic. Now it's worse after and during the pandemic. The world as we know it, it has changed. So why do you want to remain the same when the world has changed? Why do you want to remain the same when everything around you is changing? Why do you want to? You can see in front of you, you watch the news, we're not going back there. We're not going back to normal. I hear a lot of people saying that um, once once we go back, once things go back to normal. What normal? What normal are you talking about? Things are not going back to normal. We're not going back to normal.
Mm.
So don't use that as an excuse to not change, to not grow, to not evolve. We are not going back to normal. And you need to get that through your head. Why would you want to remain the same person when things are changing? Why would you want to do things the same way when things are changing, when things are no longer the same? Why would you want to do that to yourself? So if you don't evolve, you will dissolve. That's Let me just put it to you like that. If you don't evolve, if you don't grow, if you don't grow, you will shrink. Basically, if you don't grow, you will shrink.
Yo,
If you're
yo,
not
yo.
living, if you're not living, you're dying. If you're not evolving, you're dissolving. If you don't challenge yourself to grow, you will be irrelevant.
Yeah.
You don't want to be irrelevant. If you don't evolve, if you think that things are still the same as they were 10 years ago, you will be irrelevant. And nobody's going to listen to you. Nobody, because your message will not be relevant to anybody. So you need to understand that times are changing. And so as times are changing, you also need to change with the times. I'm not
Wow.
talking about compromising your values. I'm not talking about conforming and to be something that is not within your value system. But I'm talking about being ahead of the game and understanding now that things are done differently. Even if you're going to do the same thing, but you need to do it in a different way, in a way that's going to be relevant to the times, in a way that's going to be relevant to the language that is being spoken now. So you need to keep such things in mind as you're building your brand. That is that's what it means to evolve. To evolve, let me give you just a few things. I think about four. To evolve, these are things you must do to evolve. To evolve, number one, have a relationship with yourself. To evolve, you must have a relationship with yourself. You have a relationship, or you have relationships with a whole different people except yourself. You don't have a relationship with yourself. That's why you don't have you don't have self-awareness. That's why you don't know who you are. That's why you don't understand. That's why it's difficult even to find your feet when you are in a different territory or different environment. It's difficult for you to find where you fit in because you don't understand who you are. Different territories and different environments intimidate you. You're comfortable when you are with the people that you know. But if I would put you in a boardroom, immediately you become intimidated. Why? You don't
Yo.
know who you are. You're comfortable dealing with people who are your subordinates. But as soon as you are dealing with a person who is higher than you in rank, you become uncomfortable. English, yeah, Balega, you can't even speak English to them. Why? You don't know who you are. All of a sudden now you lose your confidence. You don't
Mm,
have a relationship with yourself.
mm.
Now it's difficult for you to grow and to evolve if you don't have a relationship with yourself. Establish a relationship with yourself. Spend time with yourself. Understand yourself better. Okay. Number two, learn. To evolve, you must learn. Learn something new every day. Challenge yourself. Read a book. Attend such meetings, such sessions. Watch useful videos on YouTube. Listen to podcasts that will um, educate you, motivate you, that will add to the knowledge that you have. Learn something new every day. That's what's
Mm.
going to help you to evolve and to grow and to expand your knowledge. Don't live your life by default. Live it by design. Number three, be willing to make changes. So there is this famous quote by Albert Einstein. He says, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Let me laugh at that. Just please do the laughing emojis. Let's just laugh at this. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. You are insane. You can't do the same thing over and over again and expect that you're going to get different results. No, you do the same thing, you're going to get the same results. That's the principle of life. So be willing to make changes. If you want to evolve, be willing to make changes. Be willing to change your way of thinking, change your way of doing. Don't be caught up in the past. Don't be caught up in the way things used to be done. That's gone. They used to be done that way. Then it was relevant for that time. Times have changed now. Be willing to change. If you're not willing to change, you're going to remain the same person. You won't grow. You will go around in circles.
Oh,
You will get the same results because you are you are doing you are doing the same thing over and over again. All right, so let's do the number 4. Am I still online, Pam?
yeah, you're still online.
Okay.
Okay, let me just tell you the time now is at 13 minutes past 7. So is it, because we can always do this again, is it possible to be done at least by 20 past?
Even before that, I'm closing.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So I'm closing. Okay. So number 4, to evolve, you must take action.
Mm.
And I'm closing with this, ladies and gentlemen. Um, if you have if you've been with us up until this far, I want to say to you, congratulations, because I'm bringing the good news now to you. Because you're probably asking, how am I going to be able to do all this? I've taken notes. How am I going to apply it in my life? I'm going to tell you right now. So to evolve, take action. Ladies and gentlemen, take action. There's no use having information. There's no use, having all this knowledge if you are not going to do anything about it. You need to take action. For you to build your brand, you must take action. If you have a great idea, that's good, but that idea is no use to you if you are not going to execute it. So you must take action. And that's where I'm bringing you to. How will you move from being unknown to being well known? Will you move from being not branded to being branded? You need to take action. And I want to challenge you right now to take that action, an action that is going to change your life. Remember, I said to you, nobody knows you. And so, what you need is a transformational change. And that transformational change is going to need you to make a decision. And that decision is the decision to take action. You need to take action. And I want to help you. I want to help you move from being unknown. This is where I want to move you from. Because right now, you are just a local DJ playing for 5 kids or playing for, just for 4 local people. And you're not even doing it the right way. That's what you're doing right now. You're trying to build your business, but you're doing it the wrong way. Nobody knows you. You call yourself a DJ, but nobody knows you. I want to move you to being well known. I want to move you to a place whereby you will be playing with the other big kids in your industry, the great people in your industry. Moving from being unknown to being well known, to be in an international stage, for your brand to be out there, for people you never heard about, people you don't know, to be talking about you. That's where I want to move you from. That's where I'm at, where without my knowledge, my name was being discussed in a meeting. And I got a call and they said, no, we were having a meeting and we were looking for somebody, and your name came up. That has happened to me several times. It has happened to me when I was called by Joy Celebration, and I was told by Pastor Jabushlo that no, we were looking for a comedian of this sort and this sort, and your name came up. It happened to me last year when I got a call from one gospel, and they told me that no, we were looking for these people. We even did auditions, but we were told that we haven't contacted you, so we need to contact you. Your name came up. That's exactly where I want to help you move from being unknown, from a place whereby nobody is talking about you, to a place where people are talking about you. And that is what I am launching today. ABC School of Personal Branding. That's exactly how I am going to help you make use of the big five principles, the big five secrets of personal branding. You apply them in your life. So we've just launched this school because this is where I'm going to teach you the principles of personal branding, what I've taught you so far, and even more. I want to move you from being unknown to being well known. So I'm looking for people right now, not people who are just hyped up or people who are just excited, but people who are serious about their brand, people who are serious about building their personal brand. Okay? All right. So let's. So here are the packages to enroll for this school. We've got the advanced package of personal branding. It's 1,638, and the value of it is 2,000 rand. Okay, so this is the advanced package. If you say to me, okay, I want to enroll, I want to be part of the ABC School of Personal Branding. I want to build my brand. I want to see myself somewhere. So so here's a package. So I'm calling it an advanced because it's already advanced. There's no entry level, there's no introductory level. Usaqala, it's already advanced. And so this costs 1,638, and the value is 2,000 rand. Okay. And then we have a gold package. The gold package is 3,280. So with the gold package, there's more of what you are learning, more of what you have learned from the advanced package. So the gold package is more. So it's 3,280 and the value is 3,500. So these are the different courses that are available at the school. But because I'm launching it right now, I'm giving you these packages so that you can say, look, for now, I'm just going to go for the advanced, and then I'll see if later I want to do the gold. Okay. All right. So the advanced and the gold. And then the next one is the platinum package, which is 6,560. And the value is 7,000 rand. So that is the platinum package. So the platinum package is a combination of the advanced, the advanced and the gold. Okay. All right. It gets better. And this is the last one. The last one is the Platinum Plus, the Platinum Plus package, which is 9,840, and the value is 10,500. And I know you probably say, "Yo, but this is too much." But you can't put a price tag to your value. I'm sorry, to your brand. You can't put a price tag to your brand. This is your brand that you're talking about. This is you wanting to move from being unknown to being well known. This is you wanting to attract all the great opportunities towards you. And it takes such steps. So the Platinum Plus package is 9,840, valued at 10,500. Okay, so here's the thing, but wait. Um, I've got a special offer just for you today. I've got a special offer. In fact, it's not even a special offer. It's a crazy offer. It's a crazy offer. So here is the offer. Okay. So because you are here and because you've been part of this presentation up until right now, I'm giving this to you as a gift. So here's your gift. The whole cost, I'm going to give it to you for 3,500. That means if you enroll today, that's how much you'll pay for the entire personal branding course. You will pay 3,500. Now that is a crazy offer, but it's a gift from me to you. If you take it now, if you enroll today, you will pay 3.5 for the whole entire course, not advanced, not gold, not platinum, the Platinum Plus, because Platinum Plus covers everything. So for the whole course, and it's going to be it's a 3 month course. It's exciting with activities, with assignment. Everything is online. When you log on to that website, everything, you will have your own dashboard where you will be able to do your work and submit your assignment. Nobody's going to mark. The system itself, it's marking. Everything is automated and it's user friendly. And you're going to be having sessions with me every 2 weeks. And there's going to be guest lecturers and there's going to be tutors who are going to be engaging with you. So it's an exciting program that will ensure that you grow and you are able to build your personal brand. So if you enroll today, that's how much you pay, the 3.5. Okay, so that's it. I know. It's surprising. It's shocking. All right, so here's another thing. There's more. There's more. So here's more. If you enroll today and pay the deposit of 1,600, 1,160, what am I saying? 1,166, because that's the deposit. Because you're gonna pay if you enroll that for that 3.5, that's that's those are three installments because it's a 3 month course. So those are three installments. So being the first one being the deposit or the registration, which is 1,166, and then another 166 the second month, and then the final one. So if you enroll today, between today and the 19th of February, which is next week Friday. So if you say, TD, I'm taking the full package, I'm taking the full package, I'm enrolling today. If you enroll today and you register today, between today and next week Friday, the 19th of February, and you pay your 1,166, this is what's going to happen for this package. This is what I'm going to do for you. You will get my free, you will get my ebook for free. I released ABC, this book, Authentic Brand Creation, last year. So if between today and the 19th of February, you pay your registration, that's what I'm giving you. I'm sending that gift straight to your mailbox, and you can read it just before we start. We're starting on the, I'll be sure of the date. We're starting on the first week of March. That's what I'm sure about. That's when we're starting. So if you enroll today, between today and the 19th of February, that's what I'm giving you. So email me right now. Just as we are closing this session, there is my email address, t@jokesentertainment.co.za. Send me, don't wait for tomorrow, don't wait for next week. Some of you will say, but I can't pay now, I can't enroll now. It's fine. You can send the email and say you will enroll or you will pay your deposit month end of February so that we put you in the system. That's okay. You'll just miss the gift, the book. You'll just miss it. But that's fine because that's the manual you will get as soon as you enroll. As soon as you are put into the system, that is the manual that you will get with everything that you need for the course. I'm helping you move from being unknown to being well known. Everything that I've taught you in this presentation, now we're moving it to be practical about it. We're going to put it into practice. We want to make it practical in your life. And so with this school, that's exactly what I'm going to do because right now, I just gave you a theory. So now with the ABC School of Personal Branding, we're moving from the theory to the practical so that you build a sustainable brand that will attract or for you to be a magnet of great opportunities and move you from being unknown to being well known. So right now, email me. If you need more details or you have questions of any sort, that's the email to send me, t@jokesentertainment.co.za. Your emails will come to me directly and your answers will be coming from me directly. I'm everything right now as you are part of this session. If you are from this session and you want to enroll, you will be dealing with me directly. No, no robot, no team, no other person. You will be dealing with me directly. So if you have any question, it's going to come to me directly, and the answers will be coming from me directly. So email me that is TEE at jokesentertainment.co.za. You guys are the diehards. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pam.
Thank you, T. Yeah, my book is full. I was
Pardon?
just writing and writing and writing. Yeah, no, this is and yes, you know, sometimes when you talk about personal branding, things just I don't know whether it's a trigger for me or what you call it, but it just unravels so much that I'm already thinking about.
Mm.
You know, or it confirms some things as well. So, thank you so much, T.
How it
Thank you.
is.
Thank you. Okay, do you mind if we can close this and then I can just have your screen because we're going to be closing now?
Let me close the screen. Oh, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So let's see if everybody's still here. Yes, Vyogas is still here, and Musa is still here. Unene is still here. Nelisa, no, see, okay, guys, thank you so much for watching this information session. I know it's a Saturday, but yeah, you know, people who are serious about building their future, building their brand, they don't care what time of the week it is. We just want to learn. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Before we close, I wanted to read because what Uti was talking about today, it's also about i-purpose yomntu. So it reminded me of a poem by Russell Keffer. Okay, so this poem says, it will be very quick. I know now people have to, you know, go spend time with their families and everything.
Yeah.
It says, you are who you are for a reason. You're part of an intricate plan. You're a precious and perfect, unique design called God's special woman and man. You look like you look for a reason. Our God made no mistake. He knit you together within the womb. You're just what he wanted to make. The parents you had were the ones he chose. And no matter how you may feel, they were custom designed with God's plan in mind. And they bear the master seal. No, that trauma you faced was not easy. And God wept that it hurt you so. But it was allowed to shape your heart so that into his likeness you'll grow. You are who you are for a reason. You've been formed by the master's rod. You are who you are, beloved, because there is a God. Wow. I just thought I need to add that, because since you're talking about uniqueness, you know, we need to discover our uniqueness. We need to discover who we are, etc., etc. So I thought, let me add that to, you know, to what you were saying today. Yeah. So T, thank you so much for being here. And I'm looking forward to the branding school. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Can you hear me properly?
Pardon?
Now I'm saying, can you hear me properly?
Yes, yes,
I've got a fan and it's making a lot of noise.
Oh,
can you hear
okay. No, I've been hearing you properly. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Guys, thank you so much, guys. I'm sure Uti will you know, comment on your comments or respond or reply as he sees them, because he couldn't see them now. So Unomveli Songowa, we see you. Yeah. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for watching this session. I will be back on the 20th. We're going to be talking about love on the 20th. We're going to be talking about a complicated subject. Yeah. But I'm excited, T, because I feel like I have been born again. You know what I mean? Not born again because I gave my life to the Lord, but just reborn. I don't know. I feel like that. I'm excited about this year and the things I'm going to be doing with you as well. So yeah, I'm just grateful. Very grateful for you, T. I'm definitely your tribe. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. We will see you on the 20th. We're going to be talking about love. I will post a poster about it probably by Monday. I'll do so. Have a good evening, guys, and may God bless you.
Bye.
Bye.